Hey guys, so I'm here supporting my boy Chandler with his YouTube channel. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Today I went to had locals and I went 4-0 with Infernoids. My matchups were round 1 was ABC, round 2 was Salads, round 3 was PK Fire Dragoon. That looks pretty nuts. And then my finals was against Drytron, and I managed to go 4-0 with the deck with Infernoids in 2021. So it worked out. I literally, this was my deck that I started off with a long time ago, and I started playing Yugioh back in the day. And I just picked it up like literally 2-3 days ago. Again, I missed it, and it worked out. So a deck with full of Diddy Crows, can't really go wrong this format, right? So we're going to start with the lineup here. I have the spells. I play the One Reasoning. It sucks once they know that I'm playing Infernoids because they call always one, but there's a specific reason why I still keep the Reasoning in the deck, and it's in the side, but I'll explain that later. I play the 3 Monster Gate. Just a good card. Compared with Lair of Darkness, you literally tribute for cost. Then they have a response, so it still gets a threat off the board. And you know Infernoids, you want to mill them bad boys. You go 3 Extravagance. These are actually the one recording this, my friend Carlos, is actually the one that let me borrow these. I have Prosperity, but I want to kill. So Prosperity, the damage is halved. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to play 3 copies of certain cards, and I'm just going to play Extravagance because I want to make sure that I kill. So I have 3 Extravagance. For my package, I have the 1 Terraforming. They can't ash it because it's ulti. And then 3 Lair of Darkness with it. I also play the Mystic Mind for emergency reasons. I'm playing a 42 card build. I believe it's 42. I'm going to cut the Mystic Mind. I didn't search it once. I didn't activate it once. Yeah, I mean, this was kind of booty. It's really bad, this format. I wouldn't even play it. There's no reason for it. But those are the 4 cards that I play. 5 cards. So Terraforming with the Lairs and the Mystic Mind. Then you go into your Void cards, your Searcher. You pitch a card. You add a Void Imagination. As you guys know, this card right here, Void Imagination, is nuts. It's a Shaddoll Fusion on steroids. You get to mill 6 Infernoids, then you go Tierra, you send the Uns, you pop the board, and you go for the OTK MVP. It's always gonna. There's a reason you play the deck, honestly. We have the 1-for-1. Pitching a brick, which is almost every Infernoid monster, to summon your best monster in the deck. It's crucial. I don't know why some builds don't play this. You literally, worst comes to worst, you bait an Ash. So you summon the Negatron, you go off with it. So 1-for-1, the 1-off. I wish it was at 3. It would be great. 2 Droplet. Replace the Mystic Mind. Put a 3rd if you guys have them. I literally was gonna buy a 3rd. Ulti got announced, so I might eventually just sell these, get the 3 ultis. But for that, I have to wait. I don't know if I want to invest in a 3rd secret, but it would be nice if you guys have those. Then I would go for that. Because I don't have 3 of these, I went the 2 Imperm. It's just a worse Droplet, but I'd rather 4 of these or 3 Droplet. It's up to you. Hey, I saw success. It is what it is. 2 Imperm, 2 Droplet. The 1 Void Feast. There's times in the grind, or there's times where, for some reason, you go against another going second deck. You're glad you have the Void Feast for the negate. So you play the 1 Void Feast, which is kind of useless in a going second build, but you have to have it just in case. For my monster lineup, we got the Gammas. This is the best Infernoid hand trap. The only hand trap that you can really play in Infernoid other than Imperm, if you count that. But I don't know if you guys can hear that alarm in the background with the car, but just ignore it. The Gamma is great. When you go Void Imagination, when you go Lair of Darkness, you go Monster Gate, anything, you don't have a monster presence on board, so your Gamma is actually live. You don't have to use it on your opponent's turn. You can save it and make sure your power card goes off. You have to play the brick because it is what it is, the driver, but it's the Ultra, so it looks nice. It is what it is. My Infernoid monsters, my babies, you got the little baddie, the best one in the deck, the Decatron Tuner. You make it be whatever you want it to be. A pop, a bounce, a level, a Diddy Crow, a negate, monster negate, a spell and trap negate. It's just nuts. Your opponent, you summon this, they have to respect it. They have to negate it. 3 Decatron. 1 bounce, 1 MST, and 1 monster pop. Some people don't play this ratio. I just like it because this is a pop for monsters, a pop for spell traps, and a generic bounce for either or. So this is what I play. Worst comes to worst, they're just names for Infernoids. I play the 2 Saitamas. I still think that's the best other than Decatron, is the best Infernoid in the deck. This is so good. The 1 Sajet, the brick, but it's a name. It is what it is. You have to play it for Void Feast. We hate it, but we love it when it goes off. So from the Void Feast, we play the 1 Atondo, the Uncle. Attacks twice. It makes the OTKs easier when you have the Equamax. I also play the Anunku. You have to play 2 because if you draw 1, your Void Imagination is dead. The same thing with the Viati. Blows up all monsters, negates spell or trap. Blows up all spells and traps, negates monster effects. When you have Lair of Darkness, you can start using your opponent's resources to get these negates off. That's broken. So that's the main deck, guys. It was pretty good. I'm gonna go into the main deck. I mean the extra deck. I'm sorry. We're gonna go into for the most part, these don't even matter. The Wee Witch. I think I never summoned it. Link Karibo, summoned it a few times when they negate Decatron. The Phoenix, I didn't have a Doolittle Chimera. I'm actually going to replace this with Hockey Fibrax, and I'm going to see how it goes, because you can actually use a Decatron, go into Hockey Fibrax, and then summon another Decatron, and get more Infernoid names in the grave. Gravity Controller, this card is great because after you resolve Void Imagination, you can actually, instead of using an Uns to pop your Tiara, you could just go Gravity Controller and use an Uns to pop your opponents or another resource that you gotta pop. Another OTK enabler, Equamax. It gains attack to whatever it's pointing to. You have 2 Infernoids. So if you have 2 Infernoids, you pretty much go like that. It gains the attack. You attack with it, then you tribute it off this effect, and then you get attacked with these. It's an automatic game. It's just it's really good. It makes access code look whack. I ain't even gonna lie. I have played Omega. You play Gamma, Synchro into an Omega. It is what it is. Never summoned it. So another Gravity Controller. My bad that it was mixed up. So I actually play 2 Gravity Controller. You play X-Trap, so you want to be careful. 1 Anima. I was actually able to suck up a few monsters with this. When they negate the Decatron, they summon into the wrong zones, and I just suck up their monster. Monster Gate or whatever it is I have to do afterwards. 3 Tiaras. I need to get them ultis, but it is what it is. I literally just picked up the day a few days ago. I'll upgrade it later. But Tiara is a fusion. It gets the Uns onto the graveyard, which is you send all 3. It's not once per turn. You get 3 pops, and then you kill. So that was the main deck, guys. The only things that I would switch is literally maybe cut a Mystic Mine and add a 3rd droplet. Maybe cut the 2 Imperm and then like add the 3rd droplet and then the Mystic Mine, that makes it a 40 card build. So to keep in mind, if you guys have that. Now for my side was really interesting. Please don't judge my ratios. It's just interesting. We're gonna go with a 3 Denko Sekka. You don't really play a normal in the deck other than Decatron. I was actually against Salads. I was able to. They had 2 back row set. It was 2 Torrential Tributes, and I just went Denko Sekka, and I just continued playing. Let's be real, Salads. They needed the traps to go off. I summoned Denko Sekka. I knew I was in a good position. This is an interesting card. I actually played End of Anubis. This is what won me the Drytron matchup and what made me go into game 3. You go Reasoning. They're not going to call level 6. You go Monster Gate. It's either 3 Decatrons, one of the Decatrons, or this is coming out. You just got to hope is this one. What this one does is any card that targets a card in the graveyard or any card that activates in the graveyard is negated. Your Infernoids are not negated in the grave because that's the way they are summoned, like Inherit Summon. I know I might cringe some people because there's no such thing as an Inherit Summon, but it's not an effect that activates and starts a chain. So you can actually have this on board and still summon your Infernoids, and every deck loses to this card. Unless you're playing Guru. You just gotta pray for the best. Argular Christia, another Reasoning. If I go Reasoning and this comes out, your opponent has to respect it. You can't special summon. We can't special summon, but I'm about to just beat you down with this. I also played 2 Dark Ruler no more. I don't know why I played 2. Just the space-wise and the cards that I decided to play. Decided it in once. It didn't do much. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. I play 3 Trap Trick, so whenever they make me go first, I go heavy side on the going first build, because I know I'm about to go first, or I don't want my opponent to go first. So I go 3 Trap Trick to get the Void Feast out, So I played 3 copies, my other one's in the main, and then 3 trap tricks. Now, in case you, for some reason, draw 2 void feast or something happens, you also have the Dogmatica punishment. That's why you play 3 unts. You don't really need your extra deck. If you're going first, you're going to resolve a void feast, most likely, and that's why you went into this. And you're going to have a double pop, you're going to send the unts, and a good. It's all good from there, guys. My last card that I play is 1 Cosmic Cyclone. Why am I only playing 1? Because I only have room in my extra deck for 1. This is more for, it's just so sacky. I just hope to draw it in case they go anti-spell fragrance on me, Imperial Order, because a lot of your gas cards are spells. Maybe I can cut into other cards for it, but I also have a Denko Sekka, so if they don't activate it right away, I start off with normal summoning the Denko anyway. So yeah, it was great. I had fun in the tourney. The only thing that I would change is Mystic Mine is kind of whack right now. I would probably just play a 3rd droplet. But beating Drytron, beating Salad, beating PK Fire Dragoon, and ABCs, I'd say with a deck like Infernoid is no joke. So people got to put some respect in this name. And that's probably the deck that I'm going to be rocking until the ban list comes. And maybe on forward with that. But with that being said, make sure you guys support my boy Chandler. And like, subscribe. And thank you guys.